All right, we are recording Sisterhood team call, Feb 17th. Thank you for being here tonight, guys. Excited for this call. I would love to open it up for recognition first before we get rolling.
Okay, it's a long list. Are you guys ready? First, I want to congratulate my Team Cup team. First week we were third, second week we were fourth, and I just feel so proud of how hard everyone's working, how everyone's coming together, all the support that everyone's offering each other. It is amazing, and I'm so happy to do this with them. Jessica Maloney officially hit Success Starter, so I really want to shout her out. She also turned down my invitation to be on my Team Cup team, and she's killing it. So like, come on, man. She joined somebody else's team because she regretted not joining. So whoever has her is lucky. She's doing so great. Natalie, our new coach, she sold her first challenge pack. Super exciting. She's on the board. Christine also did. Super exciting. Both of them are in the Feb mentorship. And I want to welcome our other newest coach, Natasha, who is brand new and already has so much fire behind her. She's doing so well, inviting, doing all the things. So I'm like really thrilled to have her. And last but not least, to my sister for her coming out post and all the beautiful engagement that she's had on that. Her words were perfect, and it took her a little bit longer to get it out there, but now that it is, I just know that the sky is the limit. So thank you to all you ladies. I love you all. So proud of you.
All right, I will piggyback off of Erin's incredible energy. I want to formally welcome and congratulate my newest coach, Julie, who also happens to be my best friend. Within hours of signing up, she had already had clients who were switching to her as a coach. She, within 24 hours, sold her first challenge pack, and she's already planned. She has a logo, she has her branding done. She is out of the gates and is already planning her very first Start Strong group, which will start on March 8th. I also want to take a quick minute and just thank Chicks on Fire. We are sitting on the board with 62 beautiful points that we hustled hard for, and we already have some more already on the board since then. We have, you guys have like totally, showed what this competition is all about. We are, rallying around the areas where perhaps we are better together, and we're providing advice and feedback to all of our different little limiting beliefs. So I am amazed to see you all go, and so happy to have you guys to link arms with for this month.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in here. I have to shout out, like the biggest shout out to Kate Shearer, who is officially a Success Starter. Congrats, Kate. Kate is honestly the most disciplined person I've ever met. Like, she treats this business, man, like she's gonna be a top coach. She just is. I know it in my heart, honestly. Kate, I'm so proud of you. You've rocked this business in 4 short months. Way to go. The sky's the limit.
Anybody? I will go. Shout out to Erin today for speaking on the Canada page and just inspiring everybody. You guys all know we share things pretty honestly here when we're up, when we're down. And this morning, Erin was like, what do I even talk about? It was just one of those moments. And to see her really like brainstorm and put something together and just pull through like a rock star was amazing. So I'm super proud of you. And I wanted to also shout out Sarah Smith and Rachel Lauer, who are pushing to diamond. And honestly, I see you ladies, I see your hustle, and it's beautiful. It's super inspiring to see somebody put the work in, like cast a goal and then actually follow up with the work, because sometimes people just sit back and like hope it'll happen eventually, and you ladies aren't doing that. I see you, and I'm so proud of you. So congrats to you guys. And I'm gonna pass it to Erin, I think.
Yeah, I wanted to give a big welcome to Ashley. I can't pronounce your last name, and you know I can't, but welcome, Ashley. She's not on the call tonight because she has some other stuff going on, but she'll watch the recording. So welcome to you. You are crushing it already. 2 challenge packs sold this month, and you're killing it. So way to go. I also want to give a shout out to my amazing Team Cup team. We are small and mighty and killing it, and I'm loving doing this with you guys. So thanks for bringing your fire and passion every single day to our chat. It is awesome. Okay, so there isn't any other recognition. I am really excited tonight to bring on a guest speaker. Brittany asked me to speak on her team call, and I did this past week, and I was like, you have to speak to the Sisterhood too. So really excited to have her here. She is a fellow Canadian. She's in Manitoba right now. She is a 2-time elite coach, 5-star diamond. She's been in Success Club, guys. Like, this is so impressive. 60 months in a row. Like, what? That is so cool. So I'm so excited you're going to be here tonight talking to us. Take it away. The floor is yours.
Hi guys. Okay, first I need to open this up and just share with you guys. I have in my Rise Up planner, speak on the Sisterhood team call. I just want to tell you guys, that is the community that you guys have built, that I'm that is a team call that I want to speak on. And I had the honor of speaking on Angie Belmar's last year, and Melissa McAllister, and I'm Sisterhood, that's the call that I want to do. So I am so excited to be here with you guys, because the beautiful part about what I see from the outside from your team is you guys not only show up for your calls, but you guys put the action behind it. And exactly what you guys are saying with your Team Cup teams and your new coaches that are getting started, you guys are just doing the things. You're putting action behind those goals, and that's the biggest thing. And I really hope I'm able to just kind of share what I've done in the past to really level up my leadership, and kind of what I share with other coaches and how to do the same. And this is kind of something that you guys can do from the beginning as a brand new coach to somebody who is a few years into the business that is shooting for whatever goals you want this year. If you want 10-star, if you want 15-star, if you want elite, if you want 2-time elite, whatever your goals are, if you want 60 months in Success Club. I was like, man, that makes me officially a dinosaur in the Beachbody world, which is hilarious. So I'll introduce myself for some of you guys who don't know who I am. My name is Brittany Hewlko. I became a coach in March 2016, so it'll be my 5-year anniversary next month, which is crazy to me because I feel like I just started in this business. And for those of you guys who are literally brand new coaches, it just gets so much better as you guys continue peeling back all of the layers of what coaching can offer you. And that's really the beautiful part about this business is there's been so many chapters that have unfolded over the years. So for some of you guys who don't know me, I am formerly a recovering Beachbody hater. I went to high school. I went to university as a kinesiologist. So I was getting a degree in health and fitness. And that's when Beachbody came to Canada. And all these girls started blowing up my Instagram and Facebook messages saying I would be such a great coach because I'm a college athlete. I had some weight to lose. And I was like, girl, get out of here. I want nothing to do with your scam. Leave me alone. And I blocked them all. And I rudely told them where to go. So when somebody sends you a message this month that you're like, oh, don't worry, they'll be one of your top coaches in 4 years' time. So that's what I did to my coach is I kindly told her where to go. And the funny part is with that invite, I started creeping her. Like nobody's business. And I blocked her on Facebook, but I was silently stalking her on Instagram. I was typing in her name like you do your ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend. You don't follow her, you just silently creep her. And that's what I was doing to my coach, Virginia. And she was in the same kind of boat as I was. She was a university student. She was also a college athlete. I'd never met her before. She was just this Beachbody coach. And I just saw her getting happier and healthier. And she was always doing these 21-day challenges. And she was saying, like, if you want to get fit, if you want to get healthy, if you just want to feel better, and listed out all these things. And every month she did her What is Coaching 5-day sneak peek. And every time she listed out those like qualifications that she was looking in a top coach, I was like, that's me. But I was severely depressed, full of anxiety and emotional eating. And I was at war with myself in the mirror. And it just took me long enough to watch her succeed and get healthier and happier, and understanding that it was that simple to follow a program, nutrition plan, and have somebody to support you that was going to help me feel like I could do it. And as a personal trainer, I was doing a workout for myself because I was like, okay, it's time to lose those like 50 pounds that I gained in university. It's time to get myself feeling great again. And I could do 1.5 burpees. And I remember my wrists weren't flexible enough to go down on the floor. And I was just like so exhausted. So I picked up my phone after I like cried for an hour on the gym floor, and I sent her a message and I said, you don't know who I am, but I'm going to sign up for this 22-minute hardcore test group that you have, but I'm only signing up for a coach because if I don't become a coach, I'll quit. Yes, I was also that golden egg that first off told her to F off and then was like, I'm signing up as a coach and that's it. So there is hope for those people, you guys. Don't ever get upset with those people who are in your DMs. So coaching has then kind of turned into this thing where I was able to quit my job in 15 months because it was like a soul-sucking career. And I realized the freedom that coaching could bring. I was able to have that time freedom. I didn't have to be at the gym from 4:30 in the morning until 10 p.m. at night. I was able to stop working basically like a split shift that I would in the restaurant, right? And I was just like, enough is enough. If I put my head down, put my blinders on, I could probably match my income and quit my job and just do this full time. So that's what I did. I put my blinders on and I just started to get to work. So what I kind of want to share with you guys is kind of my secret sauce of leveling up. And this might not be new to you, but sometimes it's like Courtney might be telling you something, Erin might be telling you something, your upline might tell you something, but if that one random person says the exact same thing in a different accent, you're going to be like, that is brand new information. So that's kind of what I'm here to share with you guys tonight, is up-leveling your leadership. So first, I want to identify where we want to go. So in the chat right now, I want you to share, what is that goal that you're working towards for Summit? Are you wanting to be recognized as a diamond, a 2-star, a 5-star, team leader, whatever it is? I want you guys to blow up the chat right now. Perfect. 5-star, 15, 2-star, diamond, 5, 2, diamond, Team Cup winners. Oh, Sarah is claiming Team Cup winners. I see you, girl. Okay, I love this, you guys. So my next question is, anytime a coach says, these are my goals, do you know what it takes to get there? Do you know what it really means to be that 5-star diamond coach? Like, besides the 5 diamonds, do you know what a 5-star diamond does behind the scenes? Do you know what Erin does behind the scenes? Do you know what, if you're looking at being a 15-star diamond, do you know what Jamie and Kim do behind the scenes, right? Do you know that level that they're putting in? And that's the biggest thing, is we're like so fired up about these goals. We're so excited about hitting diamond and 2-star, but what we forget is that next level that we need to reach to achieve that goal. So that goal that you just wrote down, the 2-star, 5-star, 15, 10, I want you guys to just think for a second. What is the one action in your business that you are currently avoiding? Without me even saying anything, You instantly went to inviting, you instantly went to reels, you instantly went to connections, you instantly went to your challenge group or your bod group. There was something without me even saying it that you were just like, oh, yep, that's that one thing that I keep avoiding off my business activity tracker. And that is the piece that once you master it, you will achieve that new level. And that's the piece that we often think that if we just kind of keep that mess under our bed, right? Nobody will ever notice and we'll still be able to live. But before you know it, that mess under your bed comes out. And that's what we need to know is it inviting? Is it the going live? Is it you hosting your very own challenge group? Is it you hosting your what is coaching call? Whatever it is that you're avoiding, as soon as you master that, you're going to hit that next goal. You're going to hit that next level. And that's what we always call new level, new devil. And my success partner, Marie Barker, always says that to me, is like every time we're shooting for like a new goal, we're like, new level, new devil, let's go. Like, what's that next thing that we now have to level up? What's that piece that we're missing? And this was so prominent when it came to my journey in 2019, going for elite in my first year. I'd come from NLC. I was a speaker at NLC, and I was like, team, we're going to go 5-star elite. We're going to do it. And we went 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, dropped to 4-star, dropped to 3-star, went to 4-star. We took 5 months and 5 different qualifications to achieve 5-star diamond. And guys, I was losing my mind. For those of you who have been in a qualification, know what it means to be in a 6-week qualification, but now just bring that for 5 months. And it was so frustrating. And that's when that new level, new devil, I was like, it's here. So what am I avoiding? What is that piece that I'm missing? And I really had to look at my own leadership. I had to look at my own business and really critique it and be like, guess what? You're fired up to send those invites and lock in that 5-star week 1. And then you take your foot off the gas. And then you see like, oh crap, someone went inactive, and you start to fire again, but it's too late. And that's when I had to learn the consistency of the business. That's when I had to learn, okay, what is that 5-star diamond doing? What is that elite coach doing that I'm not doing? And that was the biggest wake-up call. And I mean, you guys are lucky to be part of the whole like Crush Nation downline and everything like that. And I love watching Kim. And I remember her in the 2018, 2019, when she was just like, I'm doing it, and watching that shift in her. And I was thinking, okay, like what's that shift that I need to make in my business? And it was simply that, treating it like a business from now on. And one of like my favorite, well, they're kind of like my favorite series to watch. I don't know if you guys watch like the CrossFit documentaries that are on like Netflix and Apple. They are incredible. Even if you're not into CrossFit, please watch them, because their work ethic is unmatched. And Matt Fraser, he is the like 5-time fittest man alive, like craziest human. Like the man is incredible. But one of my favorite quotes from him is, I don't have a wheelhouse. He says, people who have a wheelhouse are people that when they're in competition, that a wheelhouse is going to be exposed, meaning your weaknesses are going to be exposed on the competition floor. And that is what essentially coaching is those weaknesses that you're avoiding on your business activity tracker, that thing that you thought of before, whether it was the inviting, the group, whatever it was, those conversations, the figuring out what to do when somebody signs up as a coach, those weaknesses and those things that you're not doing behind the scenes are going to be exposed when you are trying to go for this qualification, right? When you're going to shoot for summit and all of that stuff. Exactly, Sarah, hard work pays off. That's his biggest like motto and thing that he goes for. And I think that's the beautiful thing is you need to remember that if you're going to that next level, the most important thing is what you're doing behind the scenes. And I think one of my favorite like stories is Kim shared it on the national wake up call, was when like Courtney was like running up the mountain with her, and she was just like, okay, what are you doing? There's something magic you're doing. And Kim's like, I just do the bat 6 times. And I'm just like, well, that's how you become a 10-star, a 12-star, and a 15-star diamond coach. You outwork everybody else. And that is training those things, that's training those weaknesses that you need to out-train, so your weakness becomes your strength. And that's when you get to that next level. And I like to picture, whether you're going for those goals, when you're going for those qualifications and stuff like that in your business, I literally picture like Mario Kart, and when you're trying to go for those like new levels, and until you like master that like big demon that is like around that like tunnel thing, once you can master him, then you get to go to the next level. And that's the exact same thing in your business. So how do we master those things? How do we make our weaknesses our strong points? And that's where we lead ourselves first. We have to lead ourselves first, meaning whatever that weakness is, we now have to become super, super into our research. If you're scared of talking to people, if you're nervous on how to have conversations with people, all of those things, you need to start reading all of the books about having conversations. You need to listen to all the Audible books, and you need to go and look at all of the team calls that are on YouTube or on the Coach Online Office that are training you for these specific things. And that is like my secret sauce. And I can tell exactly who does it in their business. If there's something they can't figure out, they're like, okay, there's like 4 books on it. And that was something when I was going into my leadership, the first part of my business honestly was pretty easy. I had one coach who just kind of ran off and went to Diamond kind of on her own. And then I had like my mom's account and my spouse account that got us to 3-star. And I was like, okay, now I need to learn how to lead a team. And that's when I had to dive into the leadership books. That's when I had to like have John Maxwell on repeat every time I went for a walk with my dog, every podcast possible on leadership, influencing people, having those conversations. So that is how you take your leadership to the next level, is by you diving into the trainings of the things that you're avoiding. Because as soon as you, like, competence equals confidence. And as soon as we understand how we take somebody from the success or from the share cart to our new coach training, or the share cart to our boot camp, we get so excited when we know that system. It's easy. And then you're going to be so excited to invite somebody, because you're like, oh, look, I take you from the share cart and I put your email in here, and then you get an email to go to my bod group, right? And once you know that flow, you're so much more excited and confident to invite. And that is the biggest thing with coaching, is being confident in your systems. And for myself, when I look back at last year, I was kind of in this whole like identity crisis at the start of COVID. So in February, well, I guess in January, our team went to Disney World for a diamond retreat, and I got extremely ill on the last day we were there, and I laid in my bed from February 2nd until February 26th. I was exhausted, I was sick, I was laid out, I couldn't move, and I lived with myself and my St. Bernard. So I had finally started feeling better on the 27th of February, and I was like, okay, let's go to the world. And then like 2 weeks later, the entire world shut down. And I was by myself for 4 months. I didn't see anybody. I didn't touch anybody. I couldn't hug anybody. When the Zoom calls were done, when everybody was playing games on Zoom and chatting with their family, they got to see that person beside them and have that conversation after. And it was just like me staring at my dog. And I was like, okay, how do we dig ourselves out of this one? Like, how do we figure it out? And I called my upline, Virginia, and I was just like, dude, like, I don't even know who I am anymore, because I was the like single Beachbody coach that traveled everywhere all of the time because I just could. And with no longer traveling, living alone, I just felt like I didn't know who I was. And that's when I got into the MBF and MBFA test group. And I was like, okay, you have this moment in time to change everything. So how are you going to do it? And I remember I was listening to a podcast one day, and I can't remember who said it, and I wish I did, but they said, we have to like no longer raise the bar. We have to start raising the floor. And that's kind of my last point as we continue to grow and move towards in our leadership is, yes, we're raising the bar. We have this goal of 5-star. We have this goal of 10-star. We have this goal of hitting team cup winner, right? We're going to be the number one team. But what are we going to do when we raise the floor? Meaning, what is now the bare minimum that you are going to do each and every day? Like if the world just slapped you in the face that day, what is your non-negotiable to do before your head hits that pillow at night? And that is the absolute game changer as you grow in this business, is what is now your non-negotiable. If you're a brand new coach, getting that Success Club tracker done every day, sending out 5 invites, 10 invites, 20 invites, whatever is good for you. And if you're a diamond coach or you're a ruby coach building to diamond, wanting that 2-star goal, it's time for you to raise the floor. Maybe we're doing that Success Club tracker 2 times, right? Maybe that's our bare minimum now. Maybe instead of 5 invites, we're sending out 30 invites, right? Having those different connections, however you work your business, but now you have to take that to the next level. And that's when we see massive, massive change in our businesses and in our life, because I now made a non-negotiable for my nutrition, my workouts, right? Instead of doing my workout and filming every 15 seconds on stories and missing like half of my workout because I'm trying to get the 3-second timer to work, I just record my entire workout. Or I get my workout done and I remember the 2 moves that I really liked, and then I record it because I know my workout is so much stronger. I know that I need to be connecting with coaches who are already at that goal that I want to, and ask them questions or find ways to talk or hear their team calls or ask questions with them, right? Surround yourself with people who are at the goal that you're wanting to achieve, right? We want to make sure that that's how we continue to grow. And I think kind of at the end of the day, the most important thing is, even if you say your goal is 2-star, you need to remember your competition is outworking you. And Erin shared this on our team call this week, and I had the exact same feeling. I remember being at Summit one year, watching and I cannot wait for all of you brand new coaches to come to Summit. It is literally my favorite time of year. It is better than Christmas. And I just remember being like, why doesn't everybody know who I am? And like, why am I not at those elite tables? Because I said after my first summit that I was going to have an elite table. And I just remember being so mad why I wasn't there, why I didn't have an elite table, and I was still a diamond coach. And I made sure that from that day forward, I was going to do everything in my power to no longer be the coach that was sitting in the boonies. Like, that's my non-negotiable. Like last year, I had all 5 diamonds quit that got us to elite the year before. All my diamonds were gone. And then COVID happened, and then we had to rebuild our diamond. We had to rebuild our elite. And we hit elite on literally, you guys, December 30th. And it was the most stressful time. But I said, like, elite's my new standard, right? Like, that's the floor for me. And then it's like, okay, top 100, top 50, top 10, like, that's how we raise the floor. But I was no longer, even if it was a virtual event, I was not going to watch those coaches get the presents. I wasn't going to watch those coaches get the floor and or sit on the floor and all of those things. I had to make that a new standard for myself and my business. So that's what I need you guys to do. And lastly, I want to kind of give you guys a little visualization that I do with my team and a few people that I speak with. So what I would love for you guys to do is I just want you to close your eyes, put your phone down, And I just want you guys to take a couple big deep breaths. So close your eyes. I can see you. Don't turn your cameras off. So I want you guys to take 3 big deep breaths here. I just want you to trust me. Nice big deep breath in. A nice deep breath out. And again, and I want you to release your shoulders and relax. I want you to unclench your jaw this time. Breathe in and out. And I just want you guys to have that nice breath with your eyes closed. Now what I want you guys to picture is a nice warm summer day. And us Canadians are craving that right now. So there's beautiful green grass, there's nice warm sun, that nice deep breath. And that sun's hitting your face and you're in a beautiful field and you see a bridge. So you walk over to that bridge and your favorite song is playing and everything's good. And then you're walking across the bridge and you see a gate. So we see this gate and we go up to it. And what I want you to know is when you were born, whether it was God, the universe, whatever you believe in, there was 2 of you made. There was you, and then your twin that God made that was your fullest potential. And in this moment, you see her. You meet her. You see the woman that lived completely full to her potential, the one who didn't allow fears to get in her way, who was able to achieve all of her dreams. I just want you to picture her. See how confident she is, her smile. You see the dreams that she just achieved. You know how fulfilled she is and how happy she is. And I just want you to know that everything that is inside of her is inside of you. So she places her arm on your shoulder and she says, honey, go back to work. And you smile and she just disappears. And you walk across that bridge and you go home. You can open your eyes. And what I want you to know is those things that was inside of her that you saw, that's already inside of you. And my upline, as you guys, our great glamour, Lindsay Matway, always says, I never want to get to the end of my life and my twin look at me and be like, crap, there was so much more I could have done. There's so much life I could have lived. And whether it is qualifications, whether it's invites, success club points, whatever it is in this business, I want you to always borrow belief from your future self. I want you to always borrow belief from that woman that you just visualized. And the beautiful thing is, you visualized her, you saw all of the energy and grace and confidence and joy that that woman had in her life, and that's in you. You pictured that. I have no idea who your girl is, but I know who mine is. I know who my Brittany's twin is. And each day that I don't want to send out invites, each day that I'm tired and we got seasonal crap here and it's been -50 literally for 2 weeks and we are stuck in our house, I have to borrow confidence from that woman who is tanned and confident and happy, and she just got all of the best goals and she's sitting in her dream house and is like cheersing me with her champagne and like, girl, don't worry, we got it. But you have to borrow confidence from her. So as you go through these qualifications, as you go through these weaknesses that you're now going to make the confident parts inside of you, and you're going to make sure that you out-train and make sure you don't have a wheelhouse, because everything in this business is going to be your strength. Borrow confidence from her. Take that, because sometimes things are going to get tough. Qualifications are going to suck sometimes. You might be in qualification for 5 months, but borrow confidence from your future self, because she's looking at you and making sure that you know that you can do it. So that's kind of what I wanted to leave with you guys tonight is set a goal, find a way how, identify your weaknesses and what you're avoiding, master that, and then your goals achieved. Rinse and repeat that every step throughout this business as you continue to grow, as you continue to create that legacy for yourself and your team and your family. That's the biggest thing. Set your goal, find out how, master your weaknesses, and your goals achieved. Rinse and repeat and make it happen. So if you guys have any questions, fire away.
You are amazing. Thank you so much. That exercise was like powerful. I hope you guys actually fully did it and closed your eyes and visualized that, because that was amazing. Thank you for that gift. I love your story, and I love it because it wasn't like you started and killed it and have been 5-time elite, right? So can you share a little bit of what was the switch for you? Because obviously there was a period of time where you were kind of sort of maybe doing it, and then it was like, no, I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to go for it. So like, what was that switch, and what did you do differently?
Absolutely. So this is the story that I shared at NLC, and that's exactly it. My first kind of 2 years in the business, I was just kind of like hanging out, sometimes sending out the invites, sometimes not, like just kind of doing the things, but I always hit Success Club. I don't know how, like looking back, I'm like, I have no idea how I hit Success Club, but I hit Success Club out of the gates, and I haven't missed a month since. That's the floor for me. Success Club's a non-negotiable. And I was just kind of doing the things, but I always knew inside of me that like I had the potential to do something greater. And it was because of the seed planted in like my very first training was with Lindsay Matway. And she just shared, she's like, use this business as a vehicle to achieve all of your goals, and anything that you want in this life, coaching can bring it to fruition. And I'm like a very visual person, and I've always seen like all these incredible goals and things that I wanted to achieve. And I was actually in an incredibly toxic and abusive relationship at the time. And it was the thing that was holding me back. I was with somebody who had like a personality disorder. So when I woke up, I had no idea like what to expect. And I had been like, I was living in a small town of like 100 people, and everybody in the small town around me was invited to this party except for me. And it was basically a get Brittany out of town party. And I remember I heard that and my gut just sank. And I was like, okay, nobody likes me. Like this guy clearly doesn't give a crap about me. Like he's participating in this, but he was apparently like everything to me. And that was the day that I had written 4 letters. I wrote one letter to the guy that hosted the party. I wrote a letter to my ex-boyfriend, and I wrote a letter to my family. And I just said what I was about to do had nothing to do with them and had everything to do with me. And I was going to take my life the next day. I had driven to this valley that was near my house, and I was just like, if I drive fast enough, like this will do the trick. And I got in my car and I sat at the top of that valley, and I was like, okay, like we're about to do it. And all of a sudden I just had these whispers, and the vision board literally was like flashing past me. And I was like, oh my God. And it was just like, do not do this. I haven't finished with you yet. It was like the clearest voice. And it was just like, I'm not done with you yet. You have to stay here. And I like looked down, and I had the letters beside me on the chair beside, like on my passenger seat, and there was a lighter. And I don't smoke. I didn't know anybody who did smoke. And all of a sudden there was a lighter that was in my Jeep. And I was like, this is the moment. This is when we burn it. And so I got out of my vehicle, I burnt all the letters, and that was exactly when 80-Day Obsession was kind of going on. And this is when Emily Faber's kind of transformation started to show up and things were happening. And this is kind of when Courtney and you guys started like, okay, like what's this 80-Day Obsession thing? Like, let's kind of open our eyes. And it was that program, that January 15th, that I was just like, this is my start date. I always say there's 2 days to your business, the day you sign up and the day you start working your business. And January 15th, 2018 was the day that I was just like, no holding me back. For 80 days straight, I'm going to commit to my workouts, my nutrition, my personal development, and this silly business activity tracker that they tell me to do. And within those 80 days, I lost 30 pounds, broke up with the ex-boyfriend who was a piece of shit, sorry for swearing, got rid of him, moved in with my parents, and then moved back to Saskatchewan. And it was like this whole crazy like life switch. And what I realized in those 80 days with 80-day obsession was how focusing on yourself and the little boxes that we check off can completely change your life. And I went January as like a fallen diamond who was an emerald to a 2-star premier coach at the end of that year. And then the last 2 years we had been elite. And it was simply just proving to myself that, guess what? Those aren't just little boxes. Those are like literally life-changing things. Like, just don't be like, yeah, I did my PD today. Like, does your PD heal your heart? And does your PD move the needle in your leadership skills? And those are the 2 things that I always look at with my personal development, is the one healing my heart, and is the other one moving me in leadership. And those are the biggest like pieces is as we move forward, is continuing to grow. So don't take this 9-week control freak. Don't take 21-day fix. Don't take bar blend as just something to do. Like, if it doesn't move you, if you're not like raising the bar, that's the biggest difference maker. So like I said, there's 2 start dates to your business. There's the day you sign up, and there's the day that you decide to draw your line in the sand and make it happen. And that was the biggest switch for me.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing your story. I haven't heard that before. I really appreciate you sharing that with the team. That's incredible, Britt. Yeah, I also love your story. I think one of the your call today, I think one of the biggest things that I took was raise the floor. I don't know that I've really thought about that in my business. I have like daily goals and things like that, but really raising the floor felt powerful to me. I would love to know like what your floor is every single day, what your non-negotiables are.
Absolutely. And I think when it came on some call, like I used to watch Crush Nation's team calls as soon as they like came up on YouTube before Jamie would make them private. I walked up to him at a Success Club in Mexico, and I was like, never take your team calls off of YouTube. He's like, why? And I was like, no reason, but just never do it, which was hilarious. But I had remember hearing that, yeah, the top coaches are not just doing their business activity tracker once. They're doing it like 6 times, however many times that they can do it. And I realized I'm a full-time coach. So for me, my business activity tracker in that section 2 has to be done minimum 3 times a day. And that can look different for invites to, depending what I'm inviting to, whether it is coaching or the challenge group, and then bringing everybody into a free group kind of thing. But it like that has to be a non-negotiable for the goals that I want to achieve, and the vision that I have is no longer just not doing the business activity tracker. Like that has to be done like 3 times a day for me because of the goals that I have. So yeah, I would say that was the biggest kind of game changer for me so far this year, is doing that. And what I've done is like, I have like our business activity tracker, and then, I think my tracker is in the living room. I have like 3 other trackers that are kind of like laminated, just to like trick my mind kind of thing into thinking like, oh, I'm doing a different tracker right now, even though it's the exact same thing of sending the invites. Like one has different bubbles on it. Like that's literally it. But yeah, I would say that's the biggest thing for me.
Thank you so much for sharing. There's so I feel like we could talk for hours. There's so many things I want to talk about. You spoke about how your first time elite, you went 5-star, and then the next year you lost them all. And And I think that oftentimes, I don't know how to articulate it. It's almost like we don't talk about this. We don't talk about how often it is or common it is for people to drop in rank or for people to lose their rank. And it's almost like there's some shame associated with it. And especially when it happens to people for the first time, they're like, oh my God, I dropped my rank. When really the reality is it happens all the time, right?
Mhm.
Can you speak to how you felt during that time, how it impacted your team? Did it change the culture of your team? And how did you guys kind of like rally back up and be like, no, like our floor is still elite?
Mhm. Absolutely. And I told so many coaches last year that like I'm a very positive person. I love motivating. I love inspiring. But I was like, I'm gonna be the Beachbody coach that's like, yo, we all drop rank. Like our coaches quit and it sucks. So yeah, like literally our team that got us to elite the first year, January and February and March, it was like coach cancellation, coach cancellation, coach cancellation. And like girls who were literally like I felt were my lifers were just gone. And I was like, man, I had such a strong connection with this girl and I felt like a failure. And I remember having like conversations with some coaches and they're like, oh no, like we drop rank, we have to rebuild all the time. And I'm just like, no, like I thought you were 15 star and you're always 15 star. And they're like, no, like we rebuild. It's just that taboo thing for some reason that people don't talk about. And what I want to share with you guys is whether you are a brand new coach and you're going to shoot for diamond and then randomly one morning some leg fell off and now you're an emerald coach again, it's okay. It happens to all of us. And what I need you guys to like, the resiliency that is in my business is once again, the floor that I have, that elite is the standard for my business, but also I have such a crystal clear vision of where my life is going to be 2 to 3 years from now that I'm not going to dwell on a girl who I thought was my next top coach bring me away from that vision. My vision is so clear with the house that I'm going to have on the lake, the people that I'm going to surround myself, the team that I want. And I remember hearing this quote, and it's like about relationships, like with spouses and stuff like that. And it's like, once you kind of reach a new level, God will put somebody in your life. But if you continue to grow, like that person might just like drift away kind of thing. And I was like, oh, that kind of happens in our actual business is we hit a level and people who are just not able to run with us, they remove themselves, and that's okay. And that's something that it's going to be hard. It was so difficult. Literally, I took January to March last year to mourn. And then I had a conversation with Jake, and Jake's like, hey, you're not even on the top 100 list in Canada. What's your game plan? And I was like, elite. And Jake's story literally like kind of laughed. And then we made it happen. We just like got to work. And same thing is you have to have that crystal clear vision or else you will quit. So spend time with your Rise Up planner, spend time with whatever like vision board training you can get, but don't just put like a pool on there because a pool gets you, or because Moira Kusaba put a pool on hers and now she has a pool, right? Like don't just put things that don't mean anything. I want you to take that visualization from earlier and I want you to visualize your life. I want you to visualize how you walk through your life because that is what's going to hold you through the resiliency of what you're going to do in your business.
Oh man, Brittany, thank you so much for being on this call tonight. I feel like we just got so much out of you. You were so powerful and you like vulnerably sharing your story with us, honestly, was just powerful. And I appreciate you coming on this call tonight. I feel like we are kindred spirits. I'm so glad we connected. I'm so glad you reached out. And just truly thank you. So unless there's any other calls or any other questions, we will close it there. But thanks so much for coming on tonight. We appreciate you. And yeah, you're the bomb.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your time. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye.